Warning, the following show features stunts performed either by professionals or under the supervision of professionals. Accordingly, the reality guys and producers must insist that none of these opinions be taken as facts. Now, please enjoy the show.
Welcome back to the Reality Guys. I'm your host, Brian, along with my co-host, Waleed.
What's going on, Brian? How are you, man?
Good, man. Today, it's just going to be the two of us. We're going to be briefly discuss the reunion, or not the reunion, the women tell all of this season's Bachelor with Clayton. I don't really know how much I have to say, Waleed. It's a lot. It was a lot of cat fighting, a lot of talking over.
For sure.
There are some nuggets that I think we both agree on that are pretty important. But what are your opinions on tonight's episode?
Yeah, I mean, the host, Jesse Palmer, you could tell. I mean, it was he was doing the best he could to kind of like control it, but you could tell it's his first season. You can kind of give him a pass on it. There was a lot of drama this season, especially with Shanae. You know, when it was focused, when all the drama was focused on her, he kind of just like took a backseat and just let all the women just, pretty much just let out everything that they've been holding in all season. So, I mean, and to Shanae's credit, I can't stand her. She handled it pretty well in terms of whether you like her or not, it's hard getting ganged up on by a bunch of women like that. And you could see kind of the tears like in her eyes a little bit, but I can kind of give her props. Like, hey, she held it in, she held it together, for the most part. So I give her props on that. But yeah, I mean, definitely some of these girls were just like so catty in this episode.
Dude, she's got to have a couple screws loose to just like be up there and just believe the things that she's saying.
Oh yeah, absolutely, 100%. Yeah, but like at that point, it's like you're already on national TV. You already said all that shit. You already did it. You kind of have to own it at this point and be like, hey, you know what? They're all gonna call me a narcissist. I guess I should just double down on everything I said. So I mean, that's kind of like where I was with that. I was like, okay, I kind of understood it. I kind of understood it from her standpoint a little bit. Like she had to show a little bit of pride and be like, hey, I gotta own it a little bit. So
yeah, it was like I felt like they focused on it way too long. And especially just like you said about Jesse, like I don't know what he could have done. They were like anytime they brought him on the couch, they still were talking. Like somebody at some point, it stopped after like probably halfway an hour in, but they were just not letting anyone, no one was talking alone. It was always just on top of each other. And it just like the first hour was just kind of like tough to watch, to be honest with you.
It was a little bit, yeah. I mean, honestly, I wanted to see them all have it out with Shanae. And even like the other girls, some of them you even forgot, like that girl Claire on the first night that said she hates Clayton.
Yeah.
Like I totally forgot all about her, all the shit on this season. I was like, okay. So that one was very brief. And then Cassidy, all of her bullshit, I mean, that she did. Also, kudos to her. Like she, talking to another guy off the show, she kind of had to own that too a little bit. Like, hey, if I'm not going to let it go unless I'm engaged. It's like
I don't really think she did anything wrong.
I don't know. I mean, at that point, it's like whatever, I mean, I was okay with that. But really, what I was trying to tune in for was like, when are we going to get to the part where they all rip Clayton? Hopefully, they all rip him. And that's.
And really I thought it was pretty PG. Like they ripped him a little bit, but it wasn't like what I was hoping for.
Like, it was like, I know. I wanted a little bit more for sure. I did want a little bit more for sure. I mean, you could tell he's upset though. I don't know. It seems like it seems like these next few episodes, it seems like he's going to end up alone. He just doesn't seem happy. He does not.
Yeah.
He doesn't. I mean, he's not happy with how he conducted himself this whole season.
Definitely not.
So it just seems like, I mean, if he ended up with someone at the end, maybe that would ease the pain that he felt. But I feel like he's just so hurt over all of it, how he handled all these situations. And he's still hung up on all of it that I feel like he ends up alone. I don't know. It's just
I agree with you. I hope he ends up alone. I think that's what he deserves. Like
he was a terrible bachelor. In general. I mean, I don't know. Like, I mean, and seeing from the preview, it looks like his dad has it out with him too, and just like calls him out on
right.
Shit.
Like, if your own dad is telling you that you did something wrong, like, I mean, the hits just keep coming for him. So yeah. I don't really know. I just feel like I just am annoyed that I kind of wish Bill was here to like get. He could react to, but the fact that we still have 6 more hours of the show is ridiculous. It bugs me to my core. Like I was looking forward to tonight, and I just thought tonight was like a C. great. I was not really feeling it. I was like on my phone a lot. Like it just, I mean, we got to give a shout out to Sari. Sierra, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
She was really like, she was coming for names tonight. Like she definitely had the gun reloaded, just ready to fire on it. Like she was talking over Jesse like near the end too. Like when he was talking to Clayton, and no one was safe.
Oh yeah, like, she knew coming onto this, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna leaving no stone unturned. Like I'm gonna make sure I get all my questions out. I'm gonna call out who I need to call out. And she called out Clayton for how he behaved basically most of the season too. I mean, so I was like, at the end, I was like, good questions, girl.
Yeah, she
like,
did.
I don't know if any of the other girls are gonna ask him those tough questions. I was like, a lot of you, he kind of played with a lot of you.
Yeah.
I mean, fucking if I was Genevieve, I literally would have probably been like, how the hell do you expect me to open up to you in therapy when you barely showed me any attention all season? You called me an actress the previous week.
Right, exactly.
And now you expect me to open up to you in therapy with 4 other girls who all had one-on-one time with you. It's way easier for them to open up. Why the hell are you expecting that from me? It's like, honestly, she has nothing to apologize for.
I completely agree.
I wish Genevieve put him on the spot a lot more for that.
So I wish she did call him out. And I wonder if they definitely vetted, I'm sure, some of the questions, except probably Sierra, because she was just shooting from the hip. But I wish that she said, like, and like when Shanae was like, oh, you're hooking up with Aaron, who's way cooler than Clayton. That makes me think that she'll be on Paradise. Like I think they will.
Right.
Aaron's
definitely. She met him at a bar, but it's like, Shanae, what a weak play by Shanae though. Like trying to call her. It's like, you're the one who slid into his DMs. I believe Genevieve 100% on that. It's like you slid in his DMs and he thinks that she's crazy. I mean,
too much DM talk. What was what were you saying about our was it Teddy's Teddy got like
when Teddy was on the hot seat, Jesse put her on the spot and was like, so I heard someone slid into your DMs. And she basically was like, yeah, Clayton's brother slid in my DMs. Weird. And she's like, I didn't respond. But it's like, it's like, I want to be like Clayton. What kind of family do you come from? Like that your siblings are trying to hit on one of your exes just like immediately after the show basically stops filming. Like, I don't know. It's just like, what kind of a family? I can never imagine like having a brother or multiple brothers and like just talking to one of their ex-girlfriends or significant others. It's like, I don't know if that shit is true, which it probably is. That's just not a cool look.
No. So
they should have asked Clayton about that when he got on the seat. And they're like, why is your brother sliding in Teddy's DMs?
Right. And I want to stick with Clayton for a second. The things that he brought up about, like, Shanae, like the thing that really hit me was when you threw the trophy. I was like, really, dude? That's
what hit you? That's what hit you? And
then
that should have been an eye opener. If anything, that should have been an eye opener to all the other shit that she did. Like that's all. That should have been just a start.
Dude, that guy's a fucking clown.
He really is. And honestly, just to close on it, I don't want to spend too much more time on it.
No, I don't either.
Yeah. But like just to close on it, like looking at all the girls though that came back, some of them I forgot about, but it hit me too. I was like, damn, dude, you had a good group of girls for the most part. You really fucked up.
You fucked up a lot of them, man. Elizabeth.
Oh yeah. God,
I
live in Colorado. I'm about to hit up Elizabeth. God damn, she lives in Colorado.
Yeah,
and I live here too. So I'm about to hit that girl up, man. She's good material right there. Like you really messed up there for sure. I couldn't stand that.
I mean, Serene is who I'm thinking of. Like he's awful.
Yeah,
I really hope we don't. I hope like it ends terribly for him. I hope we don't see him on Paradise. I'm really pissed that we have 6 more hours and 2 a week. Like. We were back at this tomorrow night, and it's just the hometowns. Like, and then I can't believe that next week is 2 hours for the finale, like each. Just mind blowing to me.
Yeah, I agree with you there too. Yeah, I mean 3 more. I mean Tuesday night, tomorrow night, next Monday night, and Tuesday night. I mean I'm moving into a different place in the next week, so it's gonna be hard to like juggle, moving and then like having to do all that crap, and then I got to put 2 hours aside to watch the damn Bachelor. It's like just end already.
They need like a 15-minute cliff note, and I bet you we could just watch that and get everything we needed because this has just been a train wreck.
Yeah, and last thing, predictions. Who's your pick to be the next Bachelorette?
I had Susie.
You had Susie, which could be a good choice. And I had Gabby, who's in the final 3 as well.
It's tough. There's a couple of good ones that they could go
Yes,
with.
people are calling for Serene, who I think is
Yeah.
great overall. I think she's a great catch, but she might end up on Paradise because supposedly guys from the previous seasons of The Bachelor, I think from Michelle's season of The Bachelorette, supposedly there's a couple dudes that are, have their eye set on her and want to meet her and everything. So she'll get scooped up real quick, I think, but we'll see. A lot of these.
Yeah, I just like I always say this. I just these diving in the same pool of the Bachelor Nation. I just don't think it's always. It's just meet somebody outside of Bachelor Nation.
Yeah, there's a select few who do,
Yeah,
but it's just
not enough.
With the publicity and everything that they get, the Instagram followers, it just becomes so easy just to stay in that bubble for a lot of people. But yeah, I mean, as long as you're meeting someone who's good, I mean, and like that you end up connecting with, I mean, what's it matter if it's on TV or not? I guess that's the life that these people entered into, and they're going to get used to it real quick. So,
yep. All right, guys. We will see you tomorrow night for the, I guess, what is it? The honeymoon suites.
Yeah, no, the fantasy suites.
Fantasy suites. And then Wednesday we have Survivor, which is the season premiere, which will be doing that. And I think Bill and I are gonna do Love Is Blind Japan. I don't know if it'll be this weekend, but it's on the radar. But we have a pretty busy week the next few weeks, so you'll see a ton of videos from us. So for myself and my lead, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching.
Good night, guys.